And today we are going to talk to you about all of our projects and some pattern inspirations as we usually do. And I'm going to give over to my co-host so that she can introduce herself. Leanie, over to you.
Thank you, Mariette. So, hi everyone, I'm Leanie. I've got the channel Independent Yarn Crafts and welcome. Thank you for joining. Mariette said all the admin for us, makes me happy. And today we have a super special guest that is bringing her own experiences and crafts that she practices with her. So I'm not going to talk too much, and I'm going to hand over to Annegret from Pincushion Crafts to introduce herself and to tell us a little bit more about you, Annegret. And I'm going to make you big.
Thank you, Leonie. Thank you, Mariette, for inviting me to your podcast and your live stream. I'm very honored to be here. I'm a geologist. I live in Johannesburg in South Africa. And I think my grandmother's sister, Omalin, decided to teach me how to crochet and knit to keep me from running around when I was about 4 or 5 years old because I was really, really busy. So that's actually where the journey started. She taught me to crochet and knit. I grew up in a house that had a lot of music. Both my sister and I play musical instruments, and my mum as well. We dance, and especially myself, I'm involved in a lot of crafts. I love doing stuff with my hands and being creative with things that I do. Um, in the beginning, I just made Barbie clothes for my dolls. There wasn't any patterns around like we have these days. We're actually very spoiled. And I remember I made myself a pullover when I was probably 8 years old. It was this ugly purple color. I bought the yarn myself and I wore it every single day. I think my mum still has it somewhere in a closet. So that's where it started. At school, I was not into so much yarn crafts, but I got back into it when I was at university. I loved making blankets for friends for their weddings, for baby showers, a lot of amigurumi toys, and that's basically where it started. So from there on, when I moved to Joburg, I got involved in the yarn community on the other side, which is much more active than what we actually had in Bloemfontein. And that's kind of where all the interest started in other stuff. And that's why I went to a lot of courses, different courses and workshops to learn a lot of new skills. I have an amazing yarn community around me that includes Mariette and Leonie, which is always fantastic to have that support. And it's because of these guys, all my friends in the yarn community, that I actually started knitting this year as well. I could make a plain and a purl. I was part of Leonie and Mariette's ranunculus make along as well, and I'm proud to say I've made 3 of those. Yes, so that's basically me. And I know Leonie asked about the top that I'm wearing today. So this is the one and only short sleeve crochet top that I own and that I've made. I'm just going to lift up a little bit, then you can see the detail on it. So this is the one and only. It's very hot, so we've got a hailstorm around here now, so it's cool enough for me to actually wear it. And just to show you the pattern, that's what the pattern looked like that I bought, and it's called the Prado top by Linda Squia, and I know the ladies will put it up in a link if you're interested in making it. I made it with natural yarns that's bamboo and cotton blend. So that's basically me, and I know we'll chat a little bit more in detail about different crafts that I do as we go along with the podcast. Thanks, Leonie.
Thank you very much, Annegret. So before we continue, hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining. I just want to I'm getting a very big red line on my side now, and I'm too scared to press the button, to be honest. God. Give me 1 second. I need to give me a second.
Sure, no problem. Everything looks fine this side. I have no red lines, so
Okay. I was nervous now. I'm going to press this warning and then I'm going to kick us all out. But we are still here. Okay. Sorry about that. And thanks to everyone commenting. Um, Mariette, are we going to do FOs?
We can. And you can start if you like.
Ooh, must I start? Okay. I have got an FO. Let me make it bigger.
There we go.
This is my Stripey bird hide socks. That is a pattern from Mariette, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I haven't worn it yet because it looks too pretty on my wall. Yeah, and I made this with my Kaiso Scrappy Tower box. I've picked the Moody Broody colorway, so you could choose the Moody Broody or the Airy Fairy. I think name Annegret.
Airy
Airy
fairy.
Fairy was the other one.
Airy
Yes.
fairy.
I'm very happy with my choice and how they came out. So Mariette, well done. This was the first time I did mosaic color work. I don't know if you can see clearly. And thumbs up. Love it.
Great. I'm glad you enjoyed the pattern.
Yes. That's my one and only FO. Yeah. Do you
Okay.
want to go next? And then we give over to Annegret. It's got two FOs for us.
Yes, that'll be nice because the one leads to the other type of thing. So Leanie showed her version of the stripy bird hide socks. So just for reference, I'll just quickly show what the one looks that was on the pattern. So this I made before October. So this is the pattern sample. And then I decided, because this pattern is written toe up only at the moment, I decided for fun to go and make it cuff down during the make along that I hosted during October. And I made this one cuff down.
Stunning.
So this is also mostly Naughty Habit yarns. It's all 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, except for this little purple that I dyed myself. But the rest is all also a lot of Naughty Habit yarns. So yes, that was a lot of fun to see how the pattern looks when you just knit it in a different direction. So I really enjoyed that. And then I have another half finished object, which returning viewers would have seen before. So it is this little wrist warmer that I made. It is made with Estereza yarns Donna base, the one with the mohair. And I can somewhat tell this is a stitch marker made by our guest, Annegret. And yes, it is finished. I tried a little bit different things on this one, like a tubular cast on. It's like basically the same as that you would do in the ranunculus pattern. And then I also did a tubular bind off. But I have to say that the tubular bind off is not as stretchy as the Jenny surprisingly stretchy bind off for me in the way that I did it. But anyway, if you're interested in those techniques, I have linked the videos for the tutorials that I use for the bind off and the cast on in the pattern page. But that is it for FOs from my side. So we can move over to Annegret and see what she has.
So my two are both crochets. Um, they're both made in Naughty Habit yarn. The first one is the Perula sweater from Agnieszka Reduch, who's Kotek Emotic. She's also on Ravelry. And I can show you this beautiful sweater. I love that she has so much detail. And that it doesn't actually look like a crochet sweater. It's like really intricate and very beautiful. So this pattern will through, so as you guys can see, we can get it on Ravelry. She works mostly in graphs, so it's actually very easy to follow. You don't have to, if you can do like double crochet, a front post and back post and a bubble, like a bobble type thing, then you're going to be just fine. Then you can absolutely do this. So I won't say it's that difficult, maybe not for a total beginner, because you have to like calculate a little few things. Oh, and it's made in Naughty Habit Queso sock base, which is fingering, and it's a 3-ply, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. The second one is exactly the same lady. Everybody that knows me well knows that I call her my Polish lady. I absolutely just love her patterns. So this one is a cardigan. As you can see again, it's got a lovely stitch pattern.
That's
and it's easy to change. Yeah, so it's really beautiful and it's really not difficult. It looks much more difficult than what it is. And then and you can adapt the sleeves. This pattern comes with 4 different options on what you can make. Like a cropped cardie, the normal longer cardie like I made, as well as 2 different types of tops and short sleeves, long sleeves. It can have a normal ribbing or even lacy edges. So that I like that, because then you can actually, change your pattern to suit what you would like. And this one's also Naughty Habit. It's the merino linen singles that were in the last Naughty box of 2022 in the red colorway. So it's a nice fade that you could work with. So that's my 2 finished objects. I'm one of those weird people that make all my winter jerseys in summer so that I can actually wear them in winter. So those 2 are now ready for winter. So that's that's my 2.
Sorry, Mariette.
That's a very good practice to make it in the season that you can't wear it in. So that it's ready for the season you want to wear it in.
Yes. I just want to read out one comment here. So everybody has said hi and thank you again, everyone. We're not going to read all the comments. That's why I am sharing it on the screen. But Mariana Miller is saying beautiful cardigan and sweater, and hi Mincy is also saying stunning cardigan.
Down to Mincy. It's all her wool. That's
all
the trick. That beautiful dyeing that makes it look pretty.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Then, oh, right, it's whoops time.
Oh, yes. Good. Right. So who's starting with whips?
You, I'm
I start
afraid.
with whips. Are you afraid?
Yes.
Don't worry,
No,
we are sitting.
You.
No, we are all in the same boat. So, I have not worked on my brioche memories this month. I don't know what happened to this month. I think it is all the socks. But anyway, so we'll maybe rectify that next month. I only worked on squares for my knitted Battenberg blanket that I'm making currently. So I do know there was some blocks in this basket last month, but I have no idea how many. So this is what I have that still needs to be added to the blanket.
Pretty.
And then I haven't really added anything to the blanket. I'll just show it quickly.
Stunning.
But I have
That's a lot of work.
I have to say that I'm contemplating on finishing the blanket earlier than intended, making it not so long but more of a squarish. I haven't decided completely yet, but I think that might be happening. So,
And the reason for that, Mariette, because we've had enough, or it's been
I'm
enough.
getting a bit sick and tired of it. I'm seeing so much beautiful other things, and I think I can make another blanket for the rest of this make along.
Okay.
So I haven't 100% decided yet, but maybe I'll be finishing off early. Yeah, doing something else. Do what bring you joy. That type of idea. But that is the only whip that I brought to show. And yeah, I have no idea what type of border to put around it. I think it will be crochet. So if anybody has any suggestions for a nice crochet border that you can put around a knitted blanket, throw the suggestions my way. And then we shall see if I finish off early or not.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I must say it's
that's it.
looking awesome. It's a stunning blanket.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. So my problem is I'm smack in the middle of a row here. So I'll first show you the 37 blocks that I made. I only made 37 for my Battenberg blanket. Nothing added to the main blanket. So this is all I have to show. And the main reason for that is first off your socks and the naughty habit box. And the second reason was MCAL, keep me busy. So I also didn't have too much progress on my blankets, but I
Okay.
do have some added blocks to my Cozy Memories blanket. I want to
Hmm.
show you up close. Thanks to the Moody Broody box. Sure, I don't know what to do with these. There we go. The ones with the stitch markers in them. These four came out of the Moody Broody box.
Mhm.
And this yellow, I think
Mm.
this was my
I love
favorite
that
color
yellow.
out of the
Oh,
Yeah.
out of the box. So it's the yellow
I
I use.
agree with that one.
You also love
yes.
this.
That's the most pretty. I love the yellow in that box.
Yeah. So
Listen,
normally I'm not
Lindsay, we
the
like the yellows.
yeah. So I'm normally not a yellow fan, but this yellow was amazing. Minchi, well done.
It's beautiful.
And then so it's the yellow. Ah, this blue that I did this morning. And then I'm busy with, don't ask me what day it is, but I'm adding another block, hopefully before tonight. And then there's two more. Then this blanket is up to date again with scrappies. So this pattern is the Cozy Memories blanket by Kemper Ray. It's a free pattern. And yeah, still enjoying it. There was a time I was not going to finish it, but I like the drape and the feel of the blanket. So I'm definitely going to continue, even if it takes me 20 years, like I suspect. So yeah. All
Cool.
right. My Battenberg is in the naughty corner since May.
Mine is not in the naughty corner yet. It's gonna be thrown out. So I'm
That,
glad I've got a friend.
yeah, so Mariana, we feel you. So, okay.
Yes.
Then,
Yeah, I'm
I'm just
just
going to
be
close the window behind me because I see the sun is now setting in a weird place.
okay.
okay, sure. I'm just before you continuing, I'm thinking that if I finish the Battenberg blanket, the knitted version, early, I can add more time into my brioche memories and get that a little bit up to date and growing. So I'll still be working on a blanket for the rest of, of the make along, and it might just not be a Battenberg, but it'll be a blanket and I'll be there. And I'll be cheering everybody on that wants to still finish theirs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
And it looks much better. Thanks, Annegret. Let's just put you
Yeah,
on the big
sorry.
screen and then please
That's
show
better.
us.
Okay, so my uh whips. Oh, I have a whole box. I'm just going to go for two. I think between myself and Edith, I think we are like champions at having a million whips because you have to have one for every mood. So this is one of my whips. It's a knitted jersey, very simple. It just has like it's normal, just like a normal knit, just with like a pull row every now and again to break it down. And I'm actually using opal sock yarn for this one, the Van Gogh range, that one with the sunflowers. So this pattern is called, let me just check, the Sunset Jumper, and the lady's name is Arnold Skatvet. So I bought this pattern on a Norwegian site. Guys, I had to use Google Translate to get the pattern bought, but it is in English and it's very easy to do. It originally had like short sleeves, but I wanted longer sleeves. So what I Googled, and I found the most amazing calculator for knitting, and I'm going to use it for my crochet as well. It's at worldknits.com. Their calculator, if you're making a sleeve, they actually have a sleeve decrease calculator, a tapering calculator for you as well. So I, for example, put in 76 stitches, which was what I started with. I knitted about 15 rows, and then I wanted to start to decrease. Then I just put in, I want to, from 74 stitches to 36, and I want to decrease over 50 rows. And you put it in, and it gives you the little recipe to actually do the decrease. And it actually, the tapering worked really well. So that one is now finished. So you'll see here at the beginning is my 10 rows where for my 15 rows that I went, I tapered up to a point. I think it was about there, and then I did just straight. So that's a really nice yarn calculator that I found for that one. And then the other one gave me so much grief. Yes, yes.
I just want to tell you that's an amazing, beautiful sweater that you're working on, and
Thank you. Thank you. And
I'm
it's sock
amazed
yarn.
at
I
this
mean, nobody thinks
something.
of doing anything without sock yarn. Yeah. And it makes its own pattern. I mean, this is like the normal opal sock yarn.
Yeah.
But I'm not a sock knitter at all. I've now tried it, and it's not for me. So this is really, really good.
Yeah.
So I don't, that's yours. And it looks stunning. And I thought that the sunset jumper made me think of those sunflowers. So that's why I chose that yarn. But yeah, this calculator is also amazing. Otherwise I would have had short sleeves. So I will put it in the comments box. I'll put that it's worldknits.com. And then you just look for the calculator. It's amazing. So I've put that on everybody's phones that were at the Stoepmark yesterday. The second whip I have is also knitting. This one gave me a lot of grief, guys. It's because I'm not a accomplished knitter, but I decided I also wanted to make a love note because I absolutely love the lace in it. I frogged this thing 3 times before I got it right because I'm not smart enough with knitting yet to knit backwards if I make a mistake in the lace. So I just like pulled everything out to the ribbing and then went from there. And I also didn't do the ribbing at the end. I just like winged it. So this is a work in progress. The yarn is baby alpaca silk from Malabrigo. And I used 2 strands of lace together to make the sweater. So you can see the body is now finished. So now it's just going to me and the sleeves. I'm not very good at making sleeves. I hate using the magic loop to do sleeves. But yeah, so this is my second one. And yeah, it's the most amazingly soft yarn, I must say. It's got a beautiful sheen to it, and it really is like it's beautiful colors. The only thing I would recommend for this Malabrigo yarns is make sure when you buy the skeins that they blend in. The 3 skeins that I had for the one color literally ranges from a purple with a little bit of yellow to a complete yellow in the 3rd skein. So then you also have to blend them in to make sure that you don't get like solid color lines. So that's the only thing I hate about Malabrigo is because they don't have dye lots. Sometimes we get stuck with skeins that look okay when they're still in a skein form, but as soon as you ball them up, then they completely different. So I had to like blend a lot to get a more even tone on that. So that's basically my knitting, and the few or two of the whips that I can show you. I see.
I was
See that with
laughing at
the
that also.
what goes in my yarn cupboard stays in the yarn cupboard. I have the same. I have like a bag and I put everything in there, and that's where they stay until I kind of have a feeling that I need to like do something, you know. Yeah, so that's my whips. Oh, and that I think everybody knows the love notes often from Tin Cannets. So and it's they also have that app which they help you with if you have issues or little tutorials and things from that. Yeah,
It's
so
beautiful, and
that's my
I'm
whips.
really amazed with that self-striping yarn. I've been scared to do
Amazing,
it,
eh?
to be honest. I've been thinking, is
Go
this
for
something
it.
you can do? Interesting. My mind is blown. Well done. Okay.
I'm so glad I can help you guys. I'm not scared to try weird yarns and different things. Or I know yesterday at the Stipmark, I showed the ladies what you can do with a queso cluster. I don't know if you guys know the queso clusters from Not Habit. Most people knit socks with them, and they give you a pop of color every now and again. And I didn't think it will work with crochet, and I did a plain cardigan that's also in my whips bag there at the back. Um, just a plain cardigan with double crochet stitches, and it looks like tweed. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It has like these color spots all over, so it works beautifully in the crochet as well. And when you look at that yarn, you wouldn't think that would be what it looks like once it's crocheted up. So be brave. Be brave.
Okay.
Sounds like
Um,
fun.
yeah. So Jana is actually saying she had the same thing happen with Malabrigo when crocheting a poncho. Color variations were
Yeah,
so different in the same colorway. Sorry that
yeah.
happened.
It's good to know for everybody
But
that
now we know.
is not knowing.
Once you know that, then you can actually plan it better. You know, to do a knit where alternative row with everything, or do a fade, or just do something to make it work, because the yarn it's really beautiful. I can't afford it unless it's on sale, but I must say this baby alpaca is like really it. The other thing that's cooler than that is my ranunculus that's made with merino lace and the cereal alpaca. That is like a cloud. That's my favorite thing to wear. I wear it even with my pajamas, and Minsk can attest to that. That is my favorite jersey.
Oh yeah. Okay. Um, Mariette, is there something in the comments that we still need to highlight?
I don't think so. I think we maybe did everything that is needed. I see that all of the comments came through, so yes, I think we're good
Is
to
it
go.
okay?
We're good to go.
So now, before we get to the pattern suggestions, Annegret is doing things that we don't see every day, which is why we were so excited to invite her. Um, and to just briefly mention interlocking crochet and freeform crochet. And we've asked her to talk to us a little bit about this um, and her other, applications of the crafts. So I'm gonna keep quiet and I'm gonna, Annegret, put you on the spotlight again so you can show
Okay,
us some of your makes.
okay, no problem. So I'll start with the interlocking. This is the first weird thing that I did in my life. I was always like very stuck to patterns. Um, so I needed somebody to make a pattern for me to follow. And then I went to one of Hilda Stein's wacky weave classes. I absolutely loved it. So interlocking crochet or double fillet, or Hilda calls it wacky weave, is basically where you have two meshes. It's literally like when you do fillet crochet, where you have a double crochet, chain one, double crochet. So it's two meshes that are weaved together with a front or a back stitch to give you a very thick and squishy fabric, and you can then do designs on it. So I think we all know the double fillet, but it usually used to be like very geometric patterns. Hilda has some stunning patterns, and I actually loved it, and I couldn't figure out how to design this stuff. So luckily for me, Hilda at that stage had a course that uh, you could attend, where she taught us how to design, and that to me like opened doors, because now I knew how to actually put my own ideas onto patterns. And that's why I started the freeform crochet. After this, then I'll post a few things to my Instagram page so that you can see, what I do. So the first thing we did was, after the course, Hilda had a mystery cal where each of us designed a few blocks for a mystery blanket, and we chose animals as our theme. That was amazing. In the end, I think I made something like 36 blocks, and I made this massive blanket that we use at home. And I was just like hooked. And from then on, I have made probably 12 other blocks that are 40 by 40 that you can make into pillows or into blankets. I have all the patterns, guys. I just don't have the time to actually write it up and have it tested. But that is something that I want to attempt the next year. So most of the time, I just make stuff for friends. So um, table runners or placemats, and I love using South African themes for this. So I've got a lot of things like proteas and zebras, giraffe, elephants, African fabrics inspire me to make. There's the most amazing geometric patterns. So that is something that is on my bucket list to do, is to release these patterns. But I think it's a fantastic different technique, similar to mosaic crochet, but just a little bit. It makes a thicker, but also a fabric that has better drape than mosaic crochet. Mosaic crochet for me is sometimes very a stiff type fabric, because you work with so many single crochet stitches. This is much more a softer and nicer fabric. So like I said, I know there's a lot of hot pad, and like we say in Afrikaans, vatlappie patterns out there. And then one design I have to mention when we will talk about double fillet crochet or wacky weave or interlocking is Astrid Shandy. So Astrid actually did the course with me, and she's just taken this technique to the next level. So please go check her out on Instagram. Her stuff is freaking amazing. I cannot tell you how amazing that is. But I think it's a nice, fun thing to do. Something different. It's perfect for pillow covers, for blankets, for kitchen type things, because it's nice and thick, and I make everything from cotton for that thing. So that's that. So it's a double mesh thing. And I can also, if you want to start, please let me know if you need any help. And then also Hilda has an amazing training video on her YouTube channel that shows you exactly how the interlocking crochet actually works. So that is something that I always recommend to people. I think it's really fun. It takes double the time, obviously, but I think it's such an interesting new thing to try. And I see there's a lot of even clothing coming out now in this technique. So that's the interlocking crochet. I will on my Instagram account, I'll post some more pictures for you so that you can see what I do with that. But I like to have my own patterns that are inspired by the stuff around me that I love. Then we get
And
to the
just
freeform.
while you get, sorry,
Yes,
Annegret,
yes.
just while you get your next project, both myself and on Mariette's channel, we have linked to Annegret's Instagram if you want to go and follow her there.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Then I get to freeform crochet. So freeform crochet I first encountered on Instagram, actually, when I saw Josie Dummers, her handle on Instagram. So she is a crochet artist for Skepius as well in the Netherlands, and she makes the most amazing freeform portraiture and things. And I was like enthralled by this lady. So in 2020, Be Inspired would have had a retreat where Josie and Ati, that was here the previous time for the Be Inspired retreat, were going to be our international crocheters that come to teach us stuff. So with COVID hitting, we didn't have that retreat. So we just had like a very short, like a little live course with the two ladies. It was about an hour, just to show us the introduction into freeform crochet. So what freeform crochet actually is to let go of patterns, to learn the architecture of crochet stitches, what, give height, um, how do you increase, get around a corner, make spirals, interesting textures with stitches, interesting textures with different fibers, because there's no rules. And the idea is to actually just be inspired like somebody would paint a picture, you painting a picture with crochet. So that to me was like, with being a geologist and working in a laboratory, I'm very analytical in how I think. So that for me was a huge step, to step away from a pattern and learn to do something that is more creative. Look, my dad was an amazing artist with drawings and things like that. I did not inherit that, really. But I can do the basics. So that actually gave me that confidence and that freedom to actually explore using the skill that I have in crochet to actually then make paintings, basically with yarn. So how my process works is, I don't have all those pictures yet, but I will show you guys. What I do is I would take something like this. This is one of my abstract pillows.
Stunning.
And I would actually take a big A2 piece of paper and I would draw the picture out like I want it. In some cases, I would color it in, and in other cases, I would just go for it. So you all, the ones of you that know Sonja van Wyk, the pillow she bought from me was a pillow that I made last year at our crochet retreat. I did not fill in the colors for that one. I literally, that while we were sitting there on the weekend, I would say, pick your favorite color out of my box of yarn. And that would be the next part that came onto the pillow. The next eye or a cheek or a chin or whatever. And that's how that pillow grew. So sometimes you have to let it grow organically, and other times you color it in. And you'll see I try to use, there's a little swirly.
Yes.
You'll see everything. It won't just be, I try to use like different textures and just different stitches. I think this one had a weird, to play with it a little bit. There's a little bit of bubbles on the side, just to give it texture. There's a granny square. There's a whole bullion stitch little circle. So I also tried to give it a little bit of texture, and the hair I made all little swirls.
Annegret, that's
So
amazing.
yes, thank you. So that's the idea of freeform crochet, is to literally paint with yarn. This is one of my favorites. Gertruida has the other one that matches. It was two pillows that I made together. They're both inspired by Klimt paintings that I love. And for this one, you'll see I made lots of little details and then put that in. I usually make the face first and then I fill in the background. So I would make little flowers and spirals and then use a lot of surface crochet as well to just make the detail pop. So that's basically what freeform crochet is. We are planning to maybe at Anapatat soon in 2024. We'll have like a basic course just to learn how to, if I have to make these eyebrows and I need to increase and I have to go over an arch, how do I actually do that? Because it's not just straightforward. How do I know when I need to increase or decrease to make something, make a dip and a hill? So we're going to do something like that with Anna Patat in the new year. How to make, just these basic shapes, the spirals, things like that. And then once you put those basic shapes together, you can start making the pictures that you want, even if it's just a landscape. It doesn't have to be portraits or faces or anything like that, or just random swirlies and pretty little things. So I think that to me was like, I think that is the most freeing experience that you can have with freeform crochet, because you are, and it also opens your mind to, when you read a pattern, how can I change it to actually fit my body better? Or how can I change something to look like I want it to look? So that to me was very freeing, because in the past, I would never change a pattern. I wouldn't say, okay, if I've got the short sleeve on this thing, but I would like a long sleeve, how am I going to get it done? I wouldn't do it, because I was like stuck in that rut of just following a pattern. So I think it's a amazing thing to get your brain to think a little bit differently about your craft. And also, I think that is how the guys that design the Mariana and the Alien and Mariette, the guys that actually write our patterns, that is something that they already possess that I had to learn. That free thinking. How am I get to, if I want this feature on my design, how do I actually get it there? And that's all freeform crochet actually. So we're all doing it already without really knowing it. So that is something that I really loved doing. I can recommend that Josie has 2 courses. She's got an introductory course for freeform crochet. It is expensive for us guys in South Africa. I think it's 129 euros, but I think it's 10 lessons, videos, and some of them are even an hour and a half long, where she teaches you tips and tricks on how to make the shapes, how to crochet them, how to join them, different joining techniques, and just little bit ideas on how to make eyelashes, for example. That's the weirdest thing ever. She's got like a little stitch that makes like eyelashes if you want them on your portraits. So, and then the second one is one that I think shame, we pressured her into that during lockdown. We were like, Josie, so we've done this basic one, but what about one specifically for portraiture? So she's actually done a second course for portraiture, that's also available online. So I can really, with full confidence, recommend it. I did both of those, and it's really freeing, because then you, like I said, you can actually apply it to any of the other crafts that you have. Yeah, so that's the freeform. So I see a lot of people would like to learn a little bit more. We're definitely going to do something to just like show people how to do it. I know it's not for everyone. I know a lot of people like following their patterns, but if you're interested in like just that little bit of freedom in your art, that's perfect.
Well, it is beautiful.
Yeah,
Really,
and then
really
Stunning.
pretty.
Stunning.
and then
Sorry,
now I must show my stitch markers, because that's actually what everybody knows me for,
yeah,
right?
Annegret, before you continue,
Yes,
we just need
Leanie.
to now give you some homework, because all of these people that you've referenced to, you please need to share with us the links so we
Yes,
can add it to the descriptions below.
I will.
Thank you.
I will definitely do that for you. So, and then the clay, which everybody actually knows me, which is actually something that I only started like not even 2 years ago. So, when we were little, one of our favorite things was to save up to buy Fimo clay, my sister and I, to make ourselves little beads for bracelets and things. We love. I think it cost my mother less to buy the Fimo clay than us making jewelry from tinfoil, because we loved that. We made lots of tinfoil jewelry. And about 2 years ago, I got really fed up with these little plastic stitch markers that we all use for crochet, because I bloody broke all of them. I would step on them or sit on them, or they get stuck in something and then they pull everything out, and I was like very irritated with these things. So after browsing the internet a little bit, I realized that I could actually just make myself stitch markers from the polymer clay that I last used when I was a child. So that's actually where it started. I started with making a few stitch markers for myself. At one stage, Lauren at Little Yarncraft said to me, "Now bring some of them in, man. I'll sell those for you." And now I'm like, I'm actually so ashamed of those. They actually look horrible compared to what I'm making now. But that's something else that now has become a passion. It's I never thought when Gertrude and I first met up, that I would be able to do such tiny little fiddly things, because I'm not a tiny thingy person, not at all. And now I absolutely love it, and it gives me so, I was very honored to be asked by Mincy to do some of the boxes this year, and geez, guys, that was amazing. She had the most, I mean, Heritage was for me the perfect um like theme for a box, and it just took me back to my childhood. We made little teacups and doilies and all kinds of like little, little birds that reminded me of that, the little mossy that we had on the 1 cent and the half-cent coins. And it was lovely to like express your creativity in that way. So I'll show you a few. I think all of you know them rather well. I turned around. So these are some of the little teapots and um, cups that we had. The little cups, if you had a box, you would have recognized them. They came color-coded with the boxes. Then I got others, because then I couldn't stop with the little teapots because they were so freaking cute. And we made some other teapots and cups and little frames. I've got an amazing lady that does all my cutters for me. She's in Cape Town, and she's Lily from Clay Cat. And these were the ones that I made for spring this year. There are little flowers in a little frame. Sorry, that's enough. So that's the type of things that I'm doing now, and we're gearing up for next year. The guys that did a lot of boxes with Mincy, and we're lucky enough to get a notion tin. This was the notion tin this year. With a Naughty Habit logo on them. So that was, if you ordered 12 boxes, I think you got one of these tins as well. So I love making them as well. I put everything in my little tins just for fun, because they're like, why not? So that's what I do with the clay. Watch out next year. We've already, Mincy is launching the themes for the boxes very soon, and there will be push and craft little stitch. So that's basically me on my arts and crafts. There's lots of other things that I do around the, in the back, like painting and dancing and singing and things like that. But this is for the yarn side. This is me.
You still surprise us with singing and dancing. Oh,
There's a
goodness.
reason people have to make me sit still. I'm not one of those people that can sit still.
That's good.
Huh?
Mariette, you are on mute. Oh,
Oh, and thank you for all the nice comments. I really appreciate it.
yeah. So everybody's loving the free form and the stitch markers and all of the above. Well done. You are really talented.
Thank you.
And then we have got 10 minutes of our allocated time slot left. So Mariette, will you talk us through our pattern suggestions?
I will. I'm just gonna, yeah. You can just start with whatever you like. No problem.
Doing something wrong again. Let's try again. There we go.
Ah.
Can you see
Okay,
them,
is it
Mariette?
happening? I don't see
Yes.
any. I just see us at the moment. Maybe I'm a little bit stuck. Okay, there we go. There I see the pattern. So this month I decided to add my own pattern to the to the pattern suggestions, because this is the TB Stripey Seaside socks that I designed for last year's Socktober make along. And I wanted to add this one because you can make this pattern with some minis or some surplus yarns that you have left, or you can even do it with just stripes, as Leanie did hers last year with the Socktober box again. So it's a very versatile pattern. You don't have to do the big blue color block. You can also do stripes if you like. And yes, so I wanted to add that one in there. It's made with fingering weight yarn, and it is written toe up with a heel flap and gusset. And I have lots of video tutorials in the pattern to help you in every step of making the socks. So that is the first one. And then our second one, I really like this. It was a suggestion from Sonia van Wyk, who was our guest last month. And I really like this. It's one of those, I don't know, what do you call them? Like a cowboy type of shape shawl, cowl. And I really like this. It looks like a lot of fun. It is a paid for pattern on Ravelry as well. It's only in one size with a DK weight yarn. She do have a free version on her blog if you want to go that route. But I really like this. It looks like a lot of fun, and I think you can mix and match and even make it in other types of yarns, like fingering weight yarn, if you just understand the concept of the shape that she's making. So I think it looks like a lot of fun. I think even a beginner Tunisian crocheter can try that one.
Yeah, so Kerry Russell is also confirming it's a bandana cowl, the shape.
Bandana cowl. Great.
Yes.
That's it. Now I've learned it and I'll remember that for next time. All right. And then this one was suggested by our guest. Annegret, did you say that this pattern is a little bit on a discount until Monday or
Yes,
something?
it's in a discount till Monday for only $5. Guys, it's a
Okay.
beautiful pattern. It's really
Great.
stunning.
Yes. Yes, thank you for suggesting it. It is the Lola cardigan by Lila Bjorn Crochet on Ravelry. And I did add all of these patterns into the Surplus Yarns pattern bundle on Ravelry. And it's also a fingering weight cardigan. It is made with US terminology and it's got 10 sizes. And the fit of this one is in the pattern picture, in the pattern instructions says 8 to 13 centimeters positive ease. So I think it'll be a very nice versatile cardigan that you can wear even underneath a jacket because it's not that much oversized, but you can even wear something a little bit underneath it if you still need a little bit of warmth. And we love this one because all of the top texture can be made with like minis or some of your leftover yarns with maybe a main color, and even this picture looks a little bit as if the main color worked out striped. So I think if you even just stripe it with like fades, it will be gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm making this with my Moody Broody. And then
Really?
it's just with
Okay, great.
flowers at the bottom. Yes. I
Oh,
decided
We'll
this
keep
is
an
good.
eye out.
I'll
We'll keep an
let you
eye
know when I
out on your
start
Instagram.
because I think that would work perfectly for that top part.
Yes.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Okay, thanks for that, Mariette.
Good.
And then I think we have discussed everything we need to discuss. I don't see any questions in the chat. From my side, Annegret, do you guys have a date yet for the workshop with Anna Patat or not yet?
No, but I will keep you guys updated. We just discussed it last weekend with the pop-up shop there. So it will be sometime in next year. Hopefully a little bit earlier in the year so that we can get it done and people can get moving on that. So I'll keep you guys updated to if we get anything planned.
Excellent, excellent. So we'll keep
And
an eye
then,
out for your Instagram.
Yes.
great. And then, Annegret, you were mentioning that you are also going to be at the Johannesburg pop-up shop from Naughty Habit
Yes, yes, I
on
will.
there's two,
It's
the 4th of November and the
11th,
11th of November.
11th
11.
of November. Yeah, this next weekend it's at the Yarn Tree in Johannesburg. There's a pop-up shop, and then the weekend after that is the first Johannesburg Stoepmark, and I will definitely be there at the Rustic Vine in London on the 11th.
Okay, so we can expect to get some stitch markers from you when we're there.
I'll see you guys. I haven't seen you in ages. It would be lovely to catch up. I'm definitely going to
Yes,
be
okay,
there.
so any viewers that would like to get your hands on some pincushion craft stitch markers, if you're in
This is
Johannesburg
the
area,
place to
that's
be.
the place to go.
We'll definitely see you there. Not to be
So
missed.
the
It's the first.
fourth
Uh,
is
fourth is it's the
Yontree.
yarn tree, and then the 11th is Stukmark, Johannesburg.
Okay.
So
So,
that's it. Thank you, ladies. I really enjoyed being on your podcast. I really thank you. It's a great honor for you to invite me. I loved sharing what I do and some tips on what I think people can do with you guys.
Oh, that's great.
thank
Thank you
you
for
for
coming.
joining us. Yeah, it was awesome. We were
Just
really
before
looking forward to this.
just before we go, Leanie, you didn't mention what you are wearing, and that is also something that I think some people would like to know.
Yes. Okay. So Mariana Miller, that's online currently, better known as Sweet Crochet Dreams. She was also on our 4 sessions ago. So if
Yes.
you want to go and check out Mariana's interview with us, but this is the Silver Sage sweater. Mariana gifted this to me as a birthday gift last year. And Mariana, don't kill me, but I messed up the stitch. I completely did the wrong stitch and I only realized it like, yeah. But I still followed the pattern. My gauge was still fine. Everything was still fine. Um, and then my favorite part, I don't know if you can see, is this puff stitches in a
Oh,
contrasting color. Yes. So I would highly recommend this pattern for beginner crocheters. And if you want to start knitting crocheting some garments, and yeah, so I love this design a lot. Just finished it. Haven't even blocked it yet.
and then we have to also say, because we were talking about scrappy projects because it's October, Mariana has two
Mhm.
brilliant patterns for scrappy projects. The one is the Faded Pathways cowl, which only takes, every color is just about 20 grams max. You can actually do it with 15 grams. And then the Riptide Advent edition that came out December last year. That also is beautiful. I also did made that with a scrappy box.
Yes,
And
no,
you don't
agreed.
have to be yeah, and it's very easy patterns and very well written and easy to follow.
I am just working my way through the comments quickly. Okay, thanks,
Yes.
Mariana. Yeah. Oh, and I dyed this with all natural stuff as well.
That's a
Cochineal and
beetroot.
beetroot. Yes, this is
Beetroot.
the beetroot juice, water, whatever that I did here. Okay.
See, that's another craft
Beetroot.
on top of crocheting or knitting.
My goodness.
I'm not going that
Natural
way.
dyeing.
That's special people that can do that dye thing. I don't think that's for me. You have to have
Now
a
you
very
just
good
follow
eye
it
for color.
and hope and hope for
Yes.
the best. That's
If
what
it
I
comes
do.
out a different color than when it went in, it's a success. Don't put your mind to what it should be.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, so you'll see
Anyway,
my faded pathway cowl. Actually, I sent a picture to Mince and I said, I like these colors. Can you make it into a fadey thing? And
Yeah.
that's how that color came. I have no idea how she did it, but it's freaking amazing. So that's like magician. I'm not dabbling in that. I'll just make it with all the pretty yarns that everybody else does.
Yeah, no, true. Okay, Annegret, would you like to say goodbye first?
Oh,
Let me
thank you
just make.
guys. Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. I loved seeing all your comments and thank you for all the kind comments. I will definitely post some stuff on Instagram for you to inspire you a little bit on the other crafts that I discussed today. And thank you very much for listening. Bye.
Mariette?
thank you, Annegret. Yes, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for everybody that came. It was so lovely to be here with you all and looking forward to see you next month. And we'll see some people at the Johannesburg Stookpark. Have a lovely month. Bye.
Okay. And then from my side as well, thanks for watching, thanks for joining, all the lovely comments. Thanks again, Annegret, for joining us. We really enjoyed it. And then we'll see you next month. Bye.